Calling all sleuths and detectives. Attention all mystery enthusiasts. Are you ready to unravel the secrets hidden within the hallowed halls of academia? Join us for an enthralling adventure as we present a special 5-part compilation of spine-tingling college campus mystery stories that will keep you guessing until the very end. So gather your magnifying glass, sharpen your deductive skills, and get ready to join us on a journey through the labyrinthine corridors of college campus intrigue. Adventure awaits, so don't miss out on the excitement. The Shadows of Ivywood. Unraveling centuries-old secrets. In the heart of Ivywood College, a freshman named Maddie embarks on a journey of discovery that will uncover centuries-old secrets and unravel the mysteries hidden within its hallowed halls. Joined by her roommate Sarah, Maddie delves into the shadows of the past, determined to uncover the truth behind the disappearances that have haunted the campus for generations. With each twist and turn, they confront danger, deception, and the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of Ivywood College. Will they emerge victorious, or will the secrets of the past consume them? Join Maddie and Sarah on an unforgettable adventure as they navigate the treacherous waters of intrigue and mystery in the shadows of Ivywood. Chapter 1. The Freshman's Folly. The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows that danced across the cobblestone pathways of Ivywood College. Maddie, a wide-eyed freshman, walked with a mix of excitement and trepidation, her footsteps echoing in the quiet afternoon air. Tall oak trees lined the path, their branches swaying gently in the breeze, as if whispering secrets to one another. Approaching her designated dormitory, Maddie's heart fluttered with anticipation. This was the beginning of a new chapter in her life, and she couldn't wait to dive into the adventure that awaited her. With a deep breath, she pushed open the heavy wooden door and stepped into the dimly lit hallway. Inside, the air was cool and musty, filled with the scent of old books and polished wood. Maddie's eyes roamed over the rows of closed doors until she found her own, adorned with a brass plaque bearing her name. She retrieved the key from her pocket and slid it into the lock, the click of the tumblers echoing in the silence. As Maddie entered the room, she was greeted by the sight of her new roommate, Sarah, unpacking her belongings with efficient precision. Sarah looked up, her eyes bright with curiosity as Maddie crossed the threshold. "Hi there, I'm Maddie," Maddie said, offering a tentative smile. Sarah returned the smile, her voice warm and welcoming. "Hey, Maddie. Nice to meet you. I'm Sarah. Excited to have you as my roommate." Maddie felt a wave of relief wash over her at Sarah's friendly demeanor. "Likewise, I can't wait to get settled in." As the two girls chatted and unpacked, Maddie couldn't help but feel a sense of camaraderie building between them. Sarah shared stories of her own freshman year experiences and offered advice on navigating campus life. Maddie listened eagerly, grateful for Sarah's guidance. As the afternoon wore on and the shadows grew longer, Maddie's excitement only intensified. She was eager to explore Ivywood College and discover all it had to offer. Little did she know, her freshman year was about to take an unexpected turn, plunging her into a mystery she never could have imagined. As night fell over Ivywood College, casting the campus into darkness, Maddie's curiosity burned brighter than ever. What secrets lay hidden beneath the surface of this prestigious institution? With determination in her heart and a thirst for adventure in her soul, Maddie prepared to uncover the truth, no matter where it might lead her. And so, her journey into the heart of mystery at Ivywood College began. Chapter 2. The Dormitory's Secrets. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that stretched like fingers across the campus of Ivywood College, Maddie found herself unable to shake the feeling of anticipation that tingled in the air. She had spent the day getting to know her new surroundings, but now, as darkness descended, a sense of curiosity gnawed at her insides. Unable to resist the pull of adventure, Maddie slipped out of her dormitory room and into the quiet corridors of the building. The dim light of the hallway cast eerie shadows on the walls, but Maddie pressed on, her footsteps echoing softly as she made her way to the common room. Inside, the common room was alive with the chatter of students gathered around the crackling fireplace. Maddie's eyes widened with wonder as she took in the grandeur of the space. She approached Sarah, who was in the midst of recounting her latest escapade to a group of friends. "Hey Maddie, come join us," Sarah exclaimed, her face lighting up with a smile as she welcomed her new friend. Maddie settled into a nearby armchair, eager to hear more about Sarah's adventures. The other students chimed in with their own stories, their voices blending together in a symphony of excitement and laughter. As the night wore on, Maddie found herself engrossed in tales of Ivywood College's history and traditions. She listened intently as the other students shared stories of secret societies and hidden passages, of midnight rituals and ghostly encounters. "These old walls have seen more than their fair share of secrets," one student remarked, his voice low with reverence. "If only they could talk. Imagine the stories they could tell." Maddie nodded in agreement, her mind buzzing with excitement at the thought of uncovering the mysteries that lay hidden within Ivywood College. But as the clock struck midnight and the group began to disperse, Maddie couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to Ivywood College than met the eye. There was a mystery lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered, and Maddie was determined to be the one to solve it. The following day, Maddie's curiosity burned brighter than ever as she set out to explore the campus in search of clues. She wandered through the labyrinthine corridors of the old library, her fingers trailing along the dusty shelves as she searched for hidden secrets tucked away between the pages of long-forgotten books. As she delved deeper into the library's archives, Maddie stumbled upon an old newspaper article that caught her eye. The headline read, "The Mystery of the Missing Students." Intrigued, Maddie began to read, her heart pounding with anticipation as she uncovered the chilling details of a series of disappearances that had plagued Ivywood College years ago. According to the article, several students had vanished without a trace, their disappearances shrouded in mystery and speculation. Rumors swirled about secret societies and occult rituals, but no one knew the truth of what had happened to the missing students. Maddie's mind raced with possibilities as she read on, her determination to uncover the truth growing stronger with each passing moment. Little did she know, her quest for answers would lead her down a path fraught with danger and deception, testing her courage and resolve in ways she never could have imagined. And so, with the mystery of Ivywood College beckoning her ever onward, Maddie prepared to embark on the adventure of a lifetime. Chapter 3. Unveiling the Secrets. As the moon rose high in the night sky, casting an ethereal glow over the campus of Ivywood College, Maddie felt a sense of urgency coursing through her veins. The mysteries that had once seemed like distant whispers now loomed large in her mind, demanding answers that she was determined to uncover. With resolve burning bright in her heart, Maddie set out into the darkness, the cool night air sending shivers down her spine. She made her way to the library, the old building standing sentinel against the night, its windows glowing with a soft light that beckoned her inside. Inside the library, Maddie found herself drawn to the archives once more, her fingers trailing along the spines of ancient tomes as she searched for clues that might lead her closer to the truth. She was so engrossed in her search that she didn't notice Sarah approaching until she spoke. "Maddie, what are you doing here so late?" Sarah asked, concern etched into her voice. Maddie looked up, a flicker of determination lighting up her eyes. "I'm trying to unravel the mystery of the missing students," she replied. "I think there's something in these archives that can help me." Sarah's eyes widened with surprise, but she nodded in understanding. "I'll help you," she said firmly. "We'll figure this out together." With Sarah's help, Maddie combed through the archives, searching for any mention of the missing students or the strange occurrences that had plagued Ivywood College in years past. As they worked, their voices filled the silent library, their words mingling with the whispers of the past that seemed to echo in the air around them. Suddenly, Maddie's eyes landed on a faded newspaper article tucked away in the corner of a dusty shelf. The headline read, "The Vanishing of Ivywood, a Mystery Unsolved." With trembling hands, Maddie pulled the article free and began to read, her heart pounding in her chest as she uncovered the chilling details of the disappearances that had haunted Ivywood College for generations. According to the article, the disappearances had begun over a century ago, when a group of students had vanished without a trace from the very dormitory where Maddie now resided. Since then, countless others had met the same fate, their names lost to history, their stories forgotten by all but a few. As Maddie and Sarah read on, their minds racing with possibilities, they were interrupted by the sound of footsteps echoing in the hallway outside. With a shared glance, they knew they had to act fast. Gathering up the article and any other clues they could find, Maddie and Sarah slipped out of the library and into the night, their hearts pounding with a mixture of fear and determination. They knew that they were closer than ever to uncovering the truth, but they also knew that danger lurked around every corner. With the moon as their only guide, Maddie and Sarah set out into the darkness, their footsteps echoing in the empty streets as they ventured into the heart of Ivywood College's darkest secrets. And as they disappeared into the night, their quest for answers continued, their determination unwavering in the face of the unknown. Chapter 4. The Light of Truth. As Maddie and Sarah ventured further into the depths of Ivywood College's mysteries, the weight of their discoveries bore down on them like an invisible burden. The moon cast its pale light over the campus, illuminating their path as they followed the trail of clues that had led them to this moment. "We're getting closer, Sarah," Maddie whispered, her voice barely audible above the rustle of leaves in the night breeze. "I can feel it." Sarah nodded, her eyes reflecting the determination that burned within her. "We've come too far to turn back now," she replied, her voice steady despite the tremble in her hands. "Whatever awaits us, we'll face it together." Their journey had been fraught with danger and uncertainty, but they pressed on, their determination unwavering in the face of adversity. With each step, they drew closer to the truth, and with each passing moment, the shadows that had once shrouded Ivywood College began to recede, giving way to the light of revelation. As they reached the heart of the campus, Maddie and Sarah stumbled upon a hidden chamber concealed beneath the ivy-covered walls. The air was thick with the scent of ancient secrets as they stepped inside, their breath catching in their throats at the sight before them. "This must be it," Sarah whispered, her eyes wide with awe as she took in the chamber's ornate decorations and mysterious symbols. "We're finally here." With trembling hands, Maddie reached out to touch the dusty artifacts that lined the chamber's walls, her fingertips tingling with anticipation. "There's something here, Sarah," she murmured, her voice barely audible above the silence of the chamber. "I can feel it." Their eyes met, and in that moment, they knew that they were on the brink of a discovery that would change everything. With a shared nod, they began to search the chamber, their hands moving with purpose as they sifted through the ancient relics that lay scattered across the floor. As they explored the chamber's depths, Maddie and Sarah stumbled upon a long-forgotten journal hidden beneath a pile of crumbling manuscripts. With trembling hands, Maddie opened the journal and began to read, her heart pounding in her chest as she uncovered the truth behind the disappearances that had plagued Ivywood College for centuries. The journal spoke of a dark ritual, performed by a secret society known only as the Order of the Midnight Sun, and of the sacrifices that had been made in the name of power and prestige. Maddie's hands shook as she read the chilling accounts of those who had fallen victim to the Order's machinations, their voices echoing through the pages like whispers from beyond the grave. As Maddie and Sarah pieced together the final pieces of the puzzle, they realized that they were not alone in their quest. The members of the Order of the Midnight Sun had been watching them every step of the way, their shadowy presence lurking just beyond the edges of their vision. With time running out and danger closing in, Maddie and Sarah knew that they had to act fast. They gathered their courage and confronted the leaders of the Order, exposing their nefarious deeds to the light of truth. In a climactic showdown that echoed through the halls of Ivywood College, Maddie and Sarah emerged victorious, their bravery and determination shining like beacons in the darkness. As the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, the shadows that had once enveloped Ivywood College melted away, leaving behind a sense of peace and tranquility that had long been absent from its hallowed halls. And as Maddie and Sarah returned to their dormitory, their quest finally complete, they knew that they had not only solved the mystery of Ivywood College, but had also forged a bond that would last a lifetime. With the light of truth guiding their way, they stepped into the future, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, together. Welcome to Mystery U, your passport to the enigmatic world of campus crime and mysteries. Step into the labyrinthine corridors of colleges and universities across the globe as we delve into captivating tales of intrigue, betrayal, and suspense. Join us on a journey where each story unfolds against the backdrop of academic excellence, revealing hidden secrets, shocking revelations, and diabolical schemes lurking beneath the surface. From clandestine societies to unsolved murders. Mystery U brings you gripping narratives that will leave you breathless. Subscribe now and join our community of amateur sleuths as we unravel the mysteries of higher education, one clue at a time. Ready for more thrilling mysteries and gripping adventures? Don't miss out on the latest updates from Mystery U. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date with all our new releases. Join our community of mystery lovers and embark on a journey into the unknown with us. Chapter 1. The Disappearance. The campus of Wellington University buzzed with anticipation as graduation day approached. Among the excitement, one name stood out above the rest: Emily Sinclair, the valedictorian and shining star of the graduating class. With her impeccable grades, leadership skills, and impressive extracurricular activities, Emily was the epitome of success. "I can't believe Emily disappeared just days before graduation," said Sarah, shaking her head in disbelief as she spoke to Emily's classmates gathered in the university courtyard. "I know, it's crazy," replied Jason, a fellow student. "She was supposed to give the valedictorian speech. Now no one knows where she is." Detective Sarah Hayes, an alumna of Wellington University herself, was called in to investigate. With her keen eye for detail and sharp intuition, Sarah delved into Emily's life, uncovering a web of secrets and lies hidden beneath the surface of the prestigious university. "I can't believe Emily's gone," said Lisa, another classmate. "She was always so focused on her studies. I can't imagine why anyone would want to harm her." "Maybe it was jealousy," suggested Sarah, jotting down notes in her notebook. "Emily was at the top of her class. Perhaps someone felt threatened by her success." Among Emily's classmates, Sarah discovered a fierce sense of competition, with each student vying for top honors and recognition. Academic rivalry ran deep within the halls of Wellington University, fueling jealousy and resentment among the brightest minds on campus. "I always knew there was something off about Emily," whispered Melissa, a shy student who had kept to herself until now. "She was always so perfect. It was like she was hiding something." As Sarah delved deeper into Emily's academic record, she uncovered evidence of sabotage and betrayal. It seemed that someone was willing to go to great lengths to ensure that Emily's stellar reputation was tarnished. But the question remained: who stood to gain the most from her disappearance? "I heard Emily had a falling out with some of her classmates," said Sarah, addressing the group gathered in the university library. "Does anyone know anything about that?" "I heard she caught someone cheating on a test and reported them to the professor," whispered Lisa, casting a nervous glance around the room. "Maybe they had something to do with her disappearance." With each clue she uncovered, Sarah grew more determined to unravel the mystery of the vanishing valedictorian. But as graduation day loomed ever closer, the pressure mounted, and Sarah knew that time was running out to uncover the truth. Chapter 2. The Dark Secrets. As Sarah delved deeper into Emily's life, she discovered a tangled web of dark secrets and hidden agendas lurking beneath the surface of Wellington University. It seemed that everyone had something to hide, and no one could be trusted. "Did any of you notice anything strange about Emily's behavior before she disappeared?" Sarah asked, addressing a group of Emily's closest friends gathered in the university courtyard. "Emily was always so focused on her studies," replied Rachel, a longtime friend. "But lately, she seemed more stressed than usual. I could tell something was bothering her, but she wouldn't talk about it." Detective Hayes nodded, jotting down notes in her notebook as she listened to Rachel's account. It seemed that Emily's disappearance was more than just a random event. It was the culmination of a series of events that had been building for weeks, if not months. Among Emily's classmates, Sarah uncovered a network of lies and deceit, with each student harboring their own motives and ambitions. Some were willing to do whatever it took to secure top honors, while others were driven by jealousy and resentment, fueling their desire to see Emily fall from grace. "I always knew Emily was hiding something," whispered Jason, a former friend turned rival. She was always so perfect. It was like she was too good to be true. As Sarah delved deeper into the dark underbelly of Wellington University, she realized that the forces arrayed against her were more powerful than she had ever imagined. "I found evidence of sabotage in Emily's academic records," Sarah said, addressing a group of faculty members gathered in the university boardroom. "It seems that someone was trying to undermine her success." "That's outrageous," replied Professor Thompson, a stern-faced man with a reputation for being tough on his students. "I'll launch an investigation immediately. We can't let something like this go unpunished." With each piece of the puzzle she uncovered, Sarah grew more determined to uncover the truth and bring Emily home safely. But as she delved deeper into the dark secrets of Wellington University, she realized that the truth was more elusive than she had ever imagined. "There's something strange going on here," Sarah said, addressing her colleague Detective Johnson as they reviewed the evidence in her office. "I can't shake the feeling that someone is pulling the strings behind the scenes." "I agree," replied Detective Johnson, nodding in agreement. "But who could be behind it? And why would they want Emily to disappear?" With the clock ticking down, Sarah knew that she had to act fast if she was to solve the mystery and bring Emily home before it was too late. Racing against time and facing threats from every direction, Sarah pushed herself to the limit, refusing to give up until she had uncovered the truth. Chapter 3: The Race Against Time. As graduation day dawned, Detective Sarah Hayes knew that she was running out of time to solve the mystery of Emily's disappearance. With the ceremony looming on the horizon, the pressure was on to uncover the truth and bring the vanishing valedictorian home safely. "I won't rest until we find Emily," Sarah vowed, addressing a group of concerned students gathered in the university courtyard. "But I need your help. If anyone knows anything about Emily's whereabouts or what might have happened to her, please come forward." Among Emily's classmates, Sarah discovered a sense of fear and uncertainty, with each student unsure of who they could trust. The once close-knit community had been fractured by suspicion and doubt, leaving everyone on edge as graduation day approached. "I can't believe this is happening," whispered Rachel, tears welling up in her eyes as she spoke to Sarah. "Emily was supposed to give the valedictorian speech. Now she's gone, and no one knows where she is." Detective Hayes nodded sympathetically, her heart aching for Emily's friends and loved ones. She knew that time was of the essence, and she was determined to leave no stone unturned in her quest for answers. With determination in her heart, Sarah redoubled her efforts, following every lead and leaving no stone unturned in her quest for answers. But as she delved deeper into the dark secrets of Wellington University, she realized that the truth was more elusive than she had ever imagined. "I found something," Sarah said, addressing her colleague Detective Johnson as they reviewed the evidence in her office. "It seems that Emily was involved in a secret society operating within the university." Detective Johnson's eyes widened in surprise as he listened to Sarah's revelation. A secret society? That could explain a lot. But why would they want Emily to disappear? "That's what I intend to find out," Sarah replied, her voice filled with determination. "But first, we need to gather more information. We can't confront them until we have concrete evidence of their involvement." With the clock ticking down, Sarah knew that she had to act fast if she was to solve the mystery and bring Emily home before it was too late. Racing against time and facing threats from every direction, Sarah pushed herself to the limit, refusing to give up until she had uncovered the truth. As the sun set on graduation day, Sarah received a tip that led her to a secluded cabin on the outskirts of campus. With a sense of urgency coursing through her veins, she raced to the scene, her heart pounding in her chest as she prepared to confront the perpetrators and bring Emily home at last. Chapter 4: The Truth Revealed. The secluded cabin loomed before Detective Sarah Hayes, its dark silhouette standing stark against the fading light of dusk. With a sense of foreboding, Sarah approached cautiously, her hand resting on the holster of her sidearm as she prepared for whatever lay ahead. As she pushed open the creaking door, Sarah was met with the sight of a dimly lit room, its walls adorned with strange symbols and artifacts. At the center of the room stood a group of hooded figures, their faces hidden in shadow as they murmured incantations in hushed tones. "Stop right there!" Sarah commanded, her voice ringing out in the silence of the cabin. "You're under arrest for the kidnapping of Emily Sinclair." The hooded figures turned as one, their eyes widening in surprise as they beheld the sight of Detective Hayes standing before them. For a moment, There was silence, broken only by the crackling of the fire in the hearth. "You have no right to be here," one of the figures spoke, his voice cold and menacing. "This is our domain, and you are not welcome." But Sarah stood her ground, her resolve unwavering as she faced down the mysterious figures before her. With a steady hand, she reached for her handcuffs, preparing to take them into custody and bring them to justice for their crimes. Suddenly, the leader of the group stepped forward, his hood falling back to reveal the face of a man Sarah recognized all too well, Professor Thompson, the stern-faced professor who had been so quick to launch an investigation into Emily's disappearance. "You can't stop us, Detective," Professor Thompson said, his voice dripping with malice. "We have power beyond your wildest imagination, and we will not be thwarted by the likes of you." But Sarah was undeterred, her eyes blazing with determination as she faced down her adversary. With a swift motion, she reached for her sidearm, leveling it at Professor Thompson's chest as she prepared to take him into custody. "Your reign of terror ends here," Sarah declared, her voice ringing out with authority. "I won't let you get away with what you've done to Emily." In a dramatic showdown that echoed through the halls of the secluded cabin, Sarah emerged victorious, her bravery and determination shining like a beacon in the darkness. With the perpetrators apprehended and Emily safely returned home, justice had finally been served and peace had been restored to the campus of Wellington University. As Emily reunited with her friends and loved ones, her eyes shone with gratitude as she embraced Detective Hayes, thanking her for her tireless efforts to bring her home safely. And as the sun set on the horizon, casting its warm glow over the campus of Wellington University, Sarah knew that she had done her duty, and that she had made a difference in the lives of those she had sworn to protect. With a sense of pride in her heart, she turned and walked away, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that she had brought closure to the mystery of the vanishing valedictorian once and for all. Description: The Professor's Puzzle Box unfolds as a gripping tale of mystery and discovery within the ivy-covered walls of Thornfield College. Part 1, The Discovery, sets the stage with three intrepid students, Amelia, Jackie, and Afton, venturing into the dimly lit corridors of the college under the cloak of night. Moonlight filters through the arched windows, casting eerie shadows as they make their way to Professor Blackwood's study, driven by rumors of a mysterious puzzle box. With cautious steps, they enter the study, where the cluttered desk holds the enigmatic puzzle box, its carvings shimmering in the lamplight. As they uncover its contents and the professor's note, their curiosity ignites, leading them down a path of intrigue and danger. In Part 2, the puzzle unfolds. The trio delves deeper into the mysteries of the puzzle box, scouring the moonlit campus for clues that lead them from the courtyard to the library. As they decipher riddles and uncover hidden manuscripts, they draw closer to unlocking the secrets that lie buried within the puzzle box. Yet, their quest is fraught with peril, as a shadowy figure emerges to thwart their progress, plunging them into a battle for truth and survival. In Part 3, The Revelation reaches a climactic conclusion as Amelia confronts Professor Montgomery, unmasking the dark truths hidden within the puzzle box. Amidst a tense struggle in the library, the secrets of Professor Blackwood's experiments come to light, exposing a web of betrayal and deceit. Justice is served as Professor Montgomery is apprehended, but the journey leaves its mark on the trio, forever altering their perception of their esteemed professor and the college they call home. As dawn breaks over Thornfield College, Amelia and her friends emerge from the shadows, their resolve strengthened by the truths they have uncovered, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. The Professor's Puzzle Box, Part 1, The Discovery. The night air hung heavy with the weight of anticipation as Amelia, Jackie, and Afton crept through the deserted corridors of Thornfield College. Moonlight filtered through the arched windows, casting eerie shadows on the ivy-covered walls. They had heard rumors about Professor Blackwood's mysterious puzzle box, and curiosity had driven them to explore his study after hours. "Are you sure about this, Amelia?" Jackie whispered, her voice trembling with excitement. Amelia nodded, her heart pounding in her chest. "We have to find out what the professor was hiding. It's our duty as his students." Afton, ever the optimist, flashed a grin. "Besides, what's the worst that could happen? We find a dusty old box and have a good laugh. With cautious steps, they reached the door to Professor Blackwood's study. Amelia turned the doorknob slowly, the hinges creaking in protest as the door swung open to reveal the dimly lit chamber within. The study was a maze of bookshelves, the air heavy with the scent of old paper and leather bindings. In the center of the room, bathed in the soft glow of lamplight, stood Professor Blackwood's desk, cluttered with papers and books. "There it is," Amelia whispered, pointing to a small wooden box tucked away in the corner of the desk. It was unassuming, its surface adorned with intricate carvings that seemed to shimmer in the lamplight. Jackie's eyes widened with excitement. "That must be the puzzle box." With trembling hands, Amelia reached out and lifted the lid, revealing a stack of weathered parchment nestled within. On top lay a note written in the professor's elegant script. "What does it say?" Afton asked eagerly, leaning over Amelia's shoulder. Amelia cleared her throat and read aloud. "To my dear students, if you are reading this, then I am no longer with you. But fear not, for I have left behind a challenge for you, a puzzle box containing clues to unlock the secrets of my past. Seek the truth, my dear students, and may it set you free. Yours sincerely, Professor Theodore Blackwood." A shiver ran down Amelia's spine as she read the professor's words. What secrets lay hidden within the puzzle box, and what had led to Professor Blackwood's untimely demise? With a shared glance, they knew their journey had only just begun. And as they set to work unraveling the mysteries of the puzzle box, little did they know the dangers that lurked in the shadows, waiting to strike. Part 2. The Puzzle Unfolds. Amelia, Jackie, and Afton pored over the cryptic riddles and clues hidden within Professor Blackwood's puzzle box, their determination unwavering despite the mounting challenges they faced. "This one mentions something about a tree with branches tall," Jackie mused, her brow furrowed in concentration. Amelia nodded, scanning the parchment for clues. "It could be a reference to the oak tree in the courtyard. Let's go check it out." With a sense of purpose, they made their way through the moonlit campus, the shadows dancing around them like specters in the night. The courtyard lay bathed in silver light, the oak tree standing sentinel in the center. "There!" Afton exclaimed, pointing to a hollow at the base of the tree. Sure enough, nestled within the hollow was another clue, leading them to the library. With anticipation coursing through their veins, they hurried to the library, its towering bookshelves looming like sentinels in the darkness. "This must be where Professor Blackwood spent countless hours researching," Amelia murmured, her fingers trailing over the spines of ancient tomes. As they combed through the shelves, Jackie's sharp eyes caught sight of a faded manuscript tucked away in a forgotten corner. With bated breath, they pored over its contents, uncovering yet another clue hidden within its pages. "This is it," Amelia said, excitement bubbling in her voice. "The final clue that will lead us to the truth." But their moment of triumph was short-lived, as a shadowy figure emerged from the darkness, blocking their path. "You shouldn't have come here," the figure hissed, its voice dripping with malice. With a sinking feeling in their hearts, they realized they were not alone in their quest for answers. And as the figure advanced, Amelia, Jackie, and Afton knew they were about to face their greatest challenge yet. Part 3. The Revelation. Amelia's heart raced as Professor Montgomery, his face contorted with rage, lunged at her with a fierce determination. She stumbled backward, narrowly avoiding his outstretched hand, her mind racing with questions and adrenaline. "You cannot uncover what you do not understand." Professor Montgomery's voice echoed through the library, his words laced with venom. But Amelia was undeterred. With a steely resolve, she stood her ground, her eyes fixed on the puzzle box clutched tightly in Professor Montgomery's grasp. "What are you hiding, Montgomery?" she demanded, her voice steady, despite the fear that gnawed at her insides. With a snarl, Professor Montgomery launched himself at her once more, his movements swift and merciless. Amelia ducked and weaved, her instincts guiding her as she dodged his every blow. As the struggle raged on, Amelia's mind raced, piecing together the clues hidden within the puzzle box. And then, in a flash of insight, the truth revealed itself to her in all its horrifying clarity. "The experiments," she gasped, her voice barely above a whisper. Professor Montgomery froze, his eyes widening in shock. How do you know about that? Amelia pressed on, her voice trembling with anger and disbelief. Professor Blackwood was experimenting on students, wasn't he? That's what you were trying to protect. That's why you killed him. Professor Montgomery's facade crumbled, his shoulders sagging as he sank to the ground. He promised us knowledge, enlightenment, he muttered, his voice choked with emotion. But all he brought was suffering and death. With the truth finally revealed, the weight of the puzzle box heavy in her hands, Amelia knew that justice must be served. She called the authorities, and soon Professor Montgomery was led away in handcuffs, his reign of terror brought to an end. As she watched him being taken away, Amelia felt a sense of closure wash over her. The mystery of Professor Blackwood's puzzle box had been solved, and though the truth was dark and painful, it was a burden they could no longer bear. And as she walked away from the library, the first rays of dawn breaking over Thornfield College, Amelia knew that she could finally put the past behind her and move forward, her heart lighter knowing that justice had been served. The Shadowed Obsession, Unveiling Susan's Secret. In the three-part saga, The Shadowed Obsession, Emily, a bright-eyed freshman at Whitewood University, is thrust into a harrowing journey of self-discovery when she becomes the target of her own mother's obsessive and controlling behavior. As Emily navigates the challenges of college life, she finds solace in newfound friendships with her roommate Sarah and charming classmate Alex. However, her excitement is quickly overshadowed by unsettling occurrences around campus and mysterious messages from an unknown sender. As Emily delves deeper into the mystery, she uncovers a dark truth. Her mother, Susan, harbors a dangerous obsession with maintaining control over her daughter's life. With the help of her friends, Emily confronts Susan and unravels the tangled web of lies and manipulation that has plagued her for years. Together, they must navigate treacherous waters and confront the shadows of the past to break free from Susan's suffocating grip and forge their own path forward. The Shadowed Obsession, Unveiling Susan's Secret, is a gripping tale of love, betrayal, and redemption, where the bonds of friendship are tested and the strength of the human spirit shines through even in the darkest of times. As Emily and her friends fight to reclaim their lives, they learn that sometimes the greatest battles are fought not with swords and shields, but with courage, resilience, and the unwavering belief that no shadow is too dark to overcome. The Shadowed Obsession, Unveiling Susan's Secret. Part 1. Shadows of Affection. As the summer sun dipped below the horizon, Emily stood at the threshold of a new chapter in her life, her heart a mix of excitement and trepidation. She glanced around her cramped dorm room at Whitewood University, taking in the posters on the walls and the scattered textbooks on the desk. Suddenly, the door swung open, and in stepped her roommate, Sarah, with a warm smile on her face. "Hey there, you must be Emily," Sarah said cheerfully, extending her hand. "Yeah, that's me," Emily replied, returning the smile. "Nice to meet you, Sarah." The two girls quickly fell into conversation, swapping stories about their hometowns and sharing their excitement about starting university. Emily felt a wave of relief wash over her as she realized that Sarah was easy to talk to and genuinely friendly. Over the next few days, Emily settled into university life, making friends with her classmates and exploring the campus with Sarah by her side. One day, while sitting in the courtyard with Sarah, Emily noticed a group of students laughing and chatting nearby. Among them was Alex, a handsome guy with a mischievous twinkle in his eye. Sarah nudged Emily playfully. "Check out Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome over there. He's been eyeing you all day." Emily felt her cheeks flush as she glanced over at Alex, who flashed her a charming smile. She quickly looked away, feeling a flutter of excitement in her stomach. Later that evening, as Emily sat in her room studying, her phone buzzed with a new message. Curious, she unlocked her phone to find a text from an unknown number. "Hey there, Emily. You looked cute today. A." Emily's heart skipped a beat as she read the message, a mix of curiosity and apprehension swirling inside her. Despite the unsettling message, Emily brushed it off and focused on enjoying her newfound friendships and the excitement of university life. However, in the back of her mind, a sense of unease lingered, fueled by the mysterious texts and strange occurrences around campus. As the night wore on and Emily lay in bed, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Little did she know, the shadows lurking in the corners of her new life were about to emerge, casting a dark cloud over her hopes and dreams. Part 2. Echoes of Fear. The days at Whitewood University melted into a blur of lectures, study sessions, and late-night conversations with Sarah. Despite the lingering unease from the mysterious messages, Emily threw herself into her studies, determined not to let fear overshadow her newfound happiness. One afternoon, as she sat in the campus library poring over her textbooks, Alex approached her with a friendly smile. "Hey, Emily, mind if I join you?" he asked, gesturing to the empty seat beside her. Emily's heart skipped a beat as she nodded, trying to conceal her excitement. "Of course, Alex. Pull up a chair." As they delved into their studies together, Emily found herself drawn to Alex's easygoing charm and intellect. Before long, their conversation veered away from academia and into more personal territory, with Alex sharing stories about his family and upbringing. As the weeks passed, Emily's bond with Alex deepened, and she found herself falling for him more with each passing day. Yet, amidst the blossoming romance, the unsettling messages continued to plague her, their ominous words echoing in her mind like a sinister refrain. One evening, while out for a walk with Alex, Emily finally worked up the courage to confide in him about the messages. She watched nervously as his expression shifted from curiosity to concern. "Emily, that's really strange," Alex said, his brow furrowing with worry. "Have you told anyone else about this?" Emily shook her head, feeling a lump form in her throat. "No, I haven't. I didn't want to worry anyone." Alex reached out and squeezed her hand reassuringly. "Well, you don't have to go through this alone. We'll figure it out together, okay?" Despite Alex's comforting words, Emily couldn't shake the feeling of dread that lingered in the pit of her stomach. As she lay in bed that night, the weight of uncertainty pressed down on her like a leaden blanket. Suddenly, her phone buzzed with a new message, causing her heart to race with apprehension. With trembling hands, she unlocked her phone to find another text from the unknown sender. "Emily, I'm watching you. You can't hide from me forever. A chill ran down Emily's spine as she read the words, her mind racing with fear and confusion. She knew she couldn't keep ignoring the messages, but the thought of confronting the unknown sender filled her with a sense of dread. As she stared at the message on her phone screen, Emily knew that the shadows lurking in the corners of her life were about to emerge into the harsh light of day, and there was no escaping their chilling embrace. Part 3. Veil of Deception. The ominous messages had escalated, casting a shadow over Emily's once vibrant life at Whitewood University. With each passing day, the sense of impending danger grew stronger, gnawing at the edges of her sanity. Despite her best efforts to maintain a facade of normalcy, Emily's world was unraveling before her eyes. One evening, as she sat in her dorm room with Sarah, the weight of her fears became too much to bear. Tears welled up in Emily's eyes as she poured her heart out to her friend, confessing the full extent of the harassment she had been enduring. "I don't know what to do, Sarah," Emily sobbed, her voice choked with emotion. "I feel like I'm being watched all the time, and I'm terrified of what might happen next." Sarah wrapped her arms around Emily in a comforting embrace, her expression filled with sympathy. "I'm so sorry, Emily. You shouldn't have to go through this alone. We'll figure out a way to put an end to this, I promise." Determined to uncover the truth behind the mysterious messages, Emily and Sarah embarked on a quest for answers, scouring campus for any clues that might lead them to the identity of the sender. Their investigation led them down a winding path of dead ends and false leads, but they refused to give up hope. One afternoon, while sifting through old yearbooks in the university archives, Emily stumbled upon a clue that sent shivers down her spine. A familiar face stared back at her from the pages of a decades-old yearbook. Susan, her own mother, smiling innocently as if she didn't have a care in the world. "Sarah, look at this!" Emily exclaimed, her voice trembling with disbelief. "It's my mom! What could she possibly have to do with all of this?" Sarah's eyes widened in shock as she studied the photograph. "I don't know, Emily, but we need to find out." Armed with newfound determination, Emily confronted her mother, demanding answers to the questions that had been plaguing her for weeks. Susan's expression shifted from surprise to anger as Emily accused her of being behind the harassment. "How could you think such a thing, Emily? I'm your mother, for crying out loud," Susan protested, her voice tinged with indignation. "I trusted you, Mom," Emily whispered, her voice trembling with hurt and anger. "How could you do this to me?" Susan's expression faltered, a flicker of remorse crossing her features before she retreated behind a mask of defiance. "I did what I had to do to protect you," she insisted, her voice strained with desperation. "You'll thank me one day, Emily. You'll see." But Emily could no longer bear to listen to her mother's lies. With tears streaming down her cheeks, she turned away, her heart heavy with the weight of betrayal. As campus security arrived to escort Susan away, Emily felt a sense of liberation wash over her, knowing that she was finally free from the toxic influence of her mother's shadow. The Vanishing Vlogger and Dark Campus Mystery. As the fall semester begins at Whitewood University, Emily and her best friend Sarah find themselves embroiled in a mysterious disappearance. Aiden Brooks, a local YouTube sensation and fellow student, vanishes without a trace. Determined to uncover the truth, Emily and Sarah follow a trail of clues that lead them to a secretive society and a hidden USB drive. With danger lurking at every turn, they must unravel the enigma of Aiden Brooks's disappearance before it's too late. But what they uncover is a web of deceit and danger, threatening not only their own safety, but the very foundation of their university. Will they solve the mystery before it's too late? The Vanishing Vlogger, a Dark Campus Mystery. Part 1. The Disappearance. The campus of Whitewood University was abuzz with excitement as the fall semester began. Amidst the bustling crowd were Emily Wells, a diligent and ambitious sophomore, and her sickly but spirited best friend, Sarah Hughes. They strolled through the campus courtyard, engaged in conversation, when they caught wind of the recent disappearance of a local YouTube sensation and fellow student Aiden Brooks. "Did you hear about Aiden Brooks, Sarah? Apparently he vanished into thin air," Emily said, her brow furrowing with concern. "Vanished? That sounds like the beginning of a thrilling mystery." Sarah's eyes lit up with excitement. "It's more serious than that, Sarah. Aiden's fans are flooding the campus, demanding answers. We should find out more," Emily replied, her voice tinged with determination. "Absolutely. I bet this could be a case worthy of our own investigation," Sarah exclaimed, a mischievous glint in her eye. Determined to uncover the truth, they started by interviewing Aiden's friends and classmates. In the university cafe, they approached Laura, one of Aiden's closest friends. "We heard about Aiden's disappearance. Do you have any idea what might have happened to him?" Emily asked, her eyes searching for any hint of information. "I wish I knew. The last time I saw Aiden, he was acting strange, like he was being followed or something," Laura replied, a troubled expression on her face. "Followed? By whom?" Sarah inquired, her curiosity piqued. "I don't know. He was being secretive about it, but he seemed really worried," Laura confessed. "Did he mention anything that might help us find him?" Emily pressed, eager for any lead. "There was only one thing. He mentioned a USB drive, said it contained something important, but he didn't say what," Laura revealed. The mention of the USB drive intrigued Emily and Sarah. It seemed like a solid lead. "Thank you, Laura. We'll look into it," Emily assured her. Their first lead pointed them toward the university library. Aiden spent a lot of time there. Perhaps he left a clue. Emily and Sarah scoured the library. Suddenly, Sarah called out, "Emily, over here!" Emily rushed to Sarah's side. She found a USB drive hidden in one of the library cubbies. It bore Aiden's initials. Excited and nervous, they plugged it into Emily's laptop, not knowing what to expect. What they found sent chills down their spines. It was a video, clearly recorded in secrecy, showing Aiden looking scared and paranoid. "If you're watching this, I'm in danger. I stumbled upon something big, something dangerous. They are after me. Please, find the truth before it's too late." Before they could process the video, the lights in the library suddenly went out, enveloping them in darkness. "What's going on?" Emily exclaimed, her heart pounding with fear. "I don't know, but I have a feeling this mystery just got a whole lot more dangerous," Sarah replied, her voice barely above a whisper. The library door creaked open, but there was no one there. Emily and Sarah were plunged into a labyrinth of questions, uncertainties, and fears as they embarked on an investigation to unravel the enigma of Aiden Brooks's disappearance. Part 2. The Secretive Society. The next day, Emily and Sarah met up in the courtyard to discuss their next move. "I couldn't sleep last night, Emily. That video from Aiden was haunting," Sarah confessed, her eyes reflecting her unease. "I know, Sarah. We need to figure out what Aiden stumbled upon," Emily replied, her mind already racing with possible scenarios. They decided to investigate Aiden's recent activities. They found out that he had been attending meetings for a secretive society on campus. They decided to attend the next one, hoping to uncover some leads. The society's meeting was held in an old, eerie building on the edge of the campus. As they entered, they noticed a peculiar atmosphere, with hooded figures whispering among themselves. "This is creepy, Emily," Sarah murmured, her eyes darting nervously around the room. "I agree, Sarah. Let's try to blend in and see what we can find out," Emily whispered back, her senses on high alert. They mingled with the members, trying to gather information discreetly. Suddenly, they overheard a conversation between two hooded figures. "We need to find that USB drive before anyone else does," one of them said urgently. "I know. If the truth gets out, it will ruin everything," the other replied, a note of panic in their voice. Emily and Sarah exchanged glances. This confirmed that they were on the right track. After the meeting, they discreetly followed the two figures to a secluded part of the campus. There, they witnessed the figures handing over a hefty sum of money to another person. "That's a lot of money, Emily. What could it be for?" Sarah whispered, her eyes wide with disbelief. "I'm not sure, Sarah, but it's clear they're involved in something sinister," Emily replied, her mind racing with the possibilities. As they continued to follow, they were suddenly stopped by a security guard. "Hey, what are you two doing here?" the guard demanded, shining a flashlight on them. Thinking quickly, Emily replied, "We were just looking for a quiet place to study. We got lost." The guard eyed them suspiciously before letting them go. Once they were out of sight, they resumed their investigation. "That was close, Emily," Sarah breathed a sigh of relief. "I know, Sarah, but we need to be more careful. We're onto something big," Emily replied, her voice filled with determination. With each new revelation, Emily and Sarah knew they were getting closer to solving the mystery of Aiden Brooks's disappearance. But little did they know, the true danger lay just around the corner, as they were about to confront the dark secrets hidden within Whitewood University. Part 3. Unraveling the Conspiracy. After narrowly escaping the security guard, Emily and Sarah decided to regroup and strategize. "We need to find out who those hooded figures were meeting," Sarah suggested. "I agree. Let's tail them discreetly and see where they go," Emily replied. Following the hooded figures, Emily and Sarah found themselves at an abandoned building on the edge of the campus. Through a broken window, they could see the figures gathering in a dimly lit room. "I don't like the look of this, Emily," Sarah whispered nervously. "Me neither, but we need to find out what they're up to," Emily whispered back. They waited until the figures left the building. Sneaking inside, they discovered a room filled with strange symbols and equipment. In the center of the room, they found Aiden's USB drive plugged into a laptop. Emily connected her laptop to the one with Aiden's USB drive, and a video started playing. Aiden appeared on the screen looking terrified. "If you're watching this, I'm in danger. I stumbled upon something big, something dangerous. They are after me. Please, find the truth before it's too late." Suddenly, they heard footsteps approaching. Emily quickly disconnected the laptop, grabbed the USB drive, and they fled the building. Back in their dorm room, they watched the rest of the video. "I was researching the society. They're not what they seem. They're involved in illegal activities, and they'll do anything to protect themselves. I fear for my life. Please, Emily and Sarah, you're my only hope. Expose them before it's too late." "We need to take this to the police," Sarah said, her voice trembling. But before they could make a move, there was a knock at the door. Emily cautiously opened it to find a hooded figure standing in the hallway. "I know what you've been up to," the figure hissed. "Hand over the USB drive, or you'll regret it." Emily and Sarah exchanged a nervous glance. They needed to act fast. Part 4. The Resolution. With their hearts pounding, Emily and Sarah decided to outsmart the hooded figure. They handed over a decoy USB drive, while keeping the real one hidden. Once the figure left, they hurried to the police station to report everything they had discovered. The police, skeptical at first, agreed to investigate further. The next day, the news spread like wildfire across the campus. The society had been exposed, and its leaders were arrested for their involvement in illegal activities. Aiden was found, shaken but unharmed, having been held captive by the society. The USB drive served as the evidence that brought the truth to light. With the mystery solved, Emily and Sarah felt a sense of relief. As they sat in the courtyard, basking in the sunshine, they reflected on their adventure. "We make a pretty good team, don't we?" Sarah said, grinning at Emily. "We sure do, but I think I've had enough excitement for a while. Emily replied with a chuckle. As they laughed together, they knew that they had not only solved the mystery of Aiden's disappearance, but also strengthened their friendship. Little did they know, their adventures were far from over, as Whitewood University held more mysteries waiting to be unraveled. But for now, they were content, enjoying the calm after the storm. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the labyrinth of mystery. If you enjoyed unraveling the enigma with us, don't forget to subscribe to Mystery U for more thrilling adventures and captivating investigations. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on our latest episodes. Remember, the truth is out there, waiting to be discovered. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. Mystery U, where every puzzle has a solution.